Yes, guys. Today is day 244. By the way, have you ever seen a barra that big? I don't even think the video does it justice. Look at the state of that. It's a big barra. Anyway, today's day either 244 or 245 of me making a YouTube video every single day for 365 days and seeing where God takes me. And today I'm working on a farm. It's massive, bro. This is like, there's that, and then there's everything the other side, and then here they've got another massive field. I asked them this morning how big it is, and they said about 4 or 5 acres. It's huge, bro. Like, absolutely huge. This was an old, they used to breed pigs. So this used to be a big, like, pig shed, I think it's called. Obviously it's not anymore, but this was all overgrown, and I've essentially just stripped it all back, and now I'm just pottering around, finishing up for today. I'm gonna make today's video. And as I've been working over the last few days here, it's been hot, it's been tough work. You know, I've been by myself, I've not been working with any of my mates, and it's been quite quiet for the most part, and it's just been me. And I've been sweating my tits off for one. But it's been graft. It's been absolute graft. And I was thinking to myself, like, the youth don't really know about this now. I mean, a lot of older people don't even know about it. But overall, today's day and age don't really know about hard work. They don't know about getting out here and, you know, working the land and working on the farms, or doing anything physically strenuous and tiring for, you know, to pay their way. A lot of people don't even work. They just claim benefits, and they just kind of sit around and live idly, as if they're waiting for life to just magically happen to them. And what it's doing is it's making a generation of absolute losers. It's making a generation of softies. It's making a generation of people who aren't going to be able to lead, right? It's making a generation of sheep, bro. And I really hope you watching this back at home aren't thinking to yourself, I think I might fall into that category. Going out every weekend, drinking, smoking weed. I've been there, bro. I've been there. I used to do all of these things, right? I used to smoke, drink, spend my weekends doing nothing. I used to sit at home. I used to be there, so I know what it's like, and I know how easy it can be to fall into this trap of just sitting back and waiting for life to happen to you. I understand it. But I've been able to get myself out of that. I've been able to become self-employed. I've been able to get myself out of that headspace, that physical rut, the mental rut, the spiritual rut, that financial rut. I've been able to push myself forward, and essentially that's what this channel's all about, me documenting my journey and sharing the lessons I've learned with you guys along the way. And one of the biggest things I've learned is that in order to thrive and strive in this life, we have to be continuously working. It doesn't have to be out in the gardens, on stables, on a farm. It doesn't have to be massively physically challenging, but it has to be work. We have to be leveling up. We have to be continuously moving, bro. Because when we're continuously moving, when we're continuously busy, when we're continuously striving to be our best self, we don't have time to feel depressed. We don't have time to feel anxious. We don't have time to think about the past continuously and get ourselves into these massive mental health states. I've been there. I used to suffer really, really bad with anxiety and panic disorder. Really, really bad. So I understand what it's like. And mental health's a real thing, but for the most part, unfortunately, what's happening with the world now is that the world is telling you that your mental health is who you are, and that you are defined by that, and that's your title. I've got anxiety. That's who I am. I've got depression. That's who I am. I've got ADHD. That's who I am. No, that's not who you are. That's just something that's part of you that you're working through right now, but that isn't who you are, bro. You're bigger and better than that. And those things that you think might be holding you back, those things that you think you're never going to be able to get over and work through, they might just very well be your superpower. And it's in those difficult times, it's in that mental health, it's in those ruts, it's in those low points that you find out who you are. And you work through these things that you know you need to work through and become the person you need to become. And in those times is where your character is built. Because sometimes your back has to be up against the wall. Sometimes you have to hit rock bottom in order to push yourself back up to the surface level and come back out, right? That's just life. But don't let anybody tell you that that's who you are and that's who you're going to be forever, right? We have to be moving in this life, bro. Please, please, please listen to what I'm saying. We have to be moving. The role models in today's day and age are not role models at all. I'm not going to name any names, but we've got these celebrities who are degenerates, right? Promoting drugs, promoting violence, promoting all sorts, right? I'm not going to get into it, but promoting all sorts. And the youth are looking to these people as if they're role models, as if they are the people that they want to strive towards. And what's happening is we're being brainwashed by these dark forces, and we're starting to idolize these people, these ways of life, these absolute nonsensical objects and ideas and ideologies. And we are forgetting the truth, bro. We're forgetting about God. We're forgetting about Jesus. We're forgetting about what truly matters, and that is becoming the best versions of ourselves and helping people do the same thing. We're here to serve, bro. It's not going to be easy. I'm tired, bro. This job is draining me, man. That wheelbarrow, bro, is about, I don't even know how big it is. But I've been lugging that back and forth, back and forth, back and forth for basically the last 3 days. But you've got to remember God on your best days, but also thank him on your worst. I've been lugging that around. I've been wanting the day to end. I've been wanting to get home. I've been wanting the weather to call me off. But I've got to remember in those moments, I've got to thank God. Thank you, God, because 100 years ago, 200, 300 years ago, my ancestors were doing 10 times this for barely 10% of what it is I'm making from doing this. They were the real ones putting in the work. So next time, before you complain, before you moan, before you characterize yourself as this person, as this mental health, as this whatever, be grateful for where you actually are, bro. Because that's truly what it all comes down to. And start working hard. I've said it before, I'll say it again. It's never been so easy to get ahead in this life. It's never been so easy to push forward. It's never been so easy to outgrow other people, because no one's doing anything. No one's doing anything, bro. Everyone's just waiting around for life to happen. Everyone's waiting around playing the victim card. Everyone's waiting around complaining about their circumstances, when for the most part, we are exactly where we deserve to be. And if you are not where you want to be in life, you've got to start asking yourself the question, why? What do my habits, my routines say about me? And if I want to become this great person, what do I need to change? What do I need to start doing? And then actually start doing it. Don't just sit there and think, I need to do this, I need to do that, and then don't do anything. Because then what does that say about you? With all that being said, I've got to get back to lugging this massive wheelbarrow around. So I'm going to say God bless. And if you're not already subscribed, you know what to do. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. See you tomorrow for another one. I won't actually see you guys tomorrow because you're probably in a different country. But I'll see you guys tomorrow for another video. Nice one.